YouTube decided I'm no longer allowed to use the music in my intro, so now, until I find another one, you're stuck with my voice.
What is up guys, this is Theo coming at you with a discussion video on my top 5 cards of Legacy the Valiants. Now, I want to point out that this is my own personal list. This does not mean that these cards are the best cards in the set, and this doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be the most expensive cards either. These are the ones that I'm personally looking forward to, and I'd like to know what you guys think. You know, after the video, to find out which ones you're also looking forward to. It's your top 5 as well. But I do realise that some of these might be a little bit different. I do realise that some people might not agree with my list, but as I said, this is completely separate list. This is what I'm personally looking forward to. So I'm going to get straight into it. The first one is Heraldic Beast Emphysibana. Now that's obviously going to be subject to name change, which is probably going to happen. But as you can see here, the card is one of the new Heraldic Beast support cards, 1 of 3. And including their field spell. But this one, I've picked this one out because it's just a little bit special. The effect is you can discard one other Heraldic Beast monster. Special summon this card from your hand once per turn. You can discard one Heraldic Beast monster. This card gains 800 attack until the end phase. So there are multiple different effects in this. It has 2 main effects, and it's level 4, 1700 attack and 1100 defense. So, and it's also wind. It has good synergy with certain other cards in the deck. Now the thing that this card gives the deck, Heraldic Beast in general, is speed. Heraldic Beasts have been kind of lackluster in speed or doing anything at all really. Like, they'll have a couple of tops here and there, but it's very, very minor. And I believe that this card can really give them a good amount of speed, as well as the Exceed that they have, because that card is just really good as well. But I think the main thing is this card. This card is going to give Heraldic Beast a bit of a fighting chance, you know. The fact that that archetype has 3 monster reborns, you know, their own monster reborns, and 1 card instant Xyz is just really good, and they are severely underlooked. And you know, Heraldic Beast Leo is one of the best searches around. Like, no matter if you go to the graveyard at any point, you search, so you just go +1 like instantly, and he's a 2k beta. So I think the card is really good. I think Heraldic Beast, once the support comes out, we're going to be seeing them a little bit more. They can be considered a bit of an anti-meta deck with a level 4 toolbox, but you know, I just think that they're pretty good. It's a really exciting thing that I'm looking forward to be honest, because I like Heraldic Beasts. You haven't really seen them on my channel at all. I do have all the cards and kind of ready, waiting until this comes out. So you'll be expecting deck profiles in the future. So number 4, we've got the brand new level 10 Synchro. So this is Leo, the Keeper of Sacred Tree, or Trees, I'm pretty sure it's going to be called, but you know, you never know. There's only one sacred tree. It is a Earth level 10 Beast Synchro with 3100 attack and 1900 defense. It requires 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners. And the effect is as follows. This face-up card on the field cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects except during your main phase 2. Now, why am I excited about this? Well, because it gives Heretics a little bit of an extra thing to go into with Dragard. I believe that this card is quite good for a grind game. You know, the fact that it can only be affected in your main phase 2 by your opponent's card effects is really good. And 3-1 is nothing to, you know, 3100 attack is nothing to look down on. So I think the card is really good. The effect is really nice. It's not completely overpowered because it obviously can still be got. You know, they can Fiendish Chain it in your main phase 2 because it's already been targeted and, you know, the effect has been negated. So there's ways around it. But I do think it's a really cool card. The art on it is very, very cool. I just believe that this card could be very interesting. It's only going to be a rare as well, that is confirmed. And I'm just really excited about getting it. Hopefully I'll get that in my box that I'm going to be opening in the next coming week. So yeah, that's really exciting. I really do like the card. I think that's deserving number 4 on my list, because I've been watching this card for a little bit. Number 3. Now, I'm pretty sure you might not expect this, but this is a level 4 Fairy Spirit. Yes, this is the new Spirit support coming out, and the card is called Nigatama. It's probably going to be name changed as usual. We just don't know what it is, but I'll go over. It's a level 4 light fairy spirit, 800 attack and 1800 defense. And the effect reads as follows. So it's kind of the usual, can't be special summoned at the end phase, it returns to the hand because it's a spirit. So I'll ignore all of that for you. During the turn that this card was normal summoned or flipped face up, You can normal summon one spirit monster in addition to your normal summon / set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. When this card is sent to the graveyard, draw one card. You must control a spirit monster to activate and resolve this effect. So basically, it's got the usual, it returns the hand at the end phase. It has the additional normal summon. So this is the same as Caster and Pollux. So it's really nice. It gives them a nice little boost, especially with the level 4 toolboxing. The fact that you draw is just so good. A lot of people might not know about spirits, and I really enjoy playing spirits. And there's going to be a spirit profile coming up soon. Once this card comes out on my channel, there's going to be pure spirits and also Herald of Perfection spirits. So I hope you enjoy that when it comes up. So keep an eye out for it. But this card is so good. Like, it really gives them a nice boost, and the more level 4s that are coming out, it's just really cool. I really think this card has good potential to get people interested in Spirit. It is a very, very old archetype. I believe that the card is just going to revitalise it a little bit more. I'm very excited for it because it does combo well with the other Spirit that came out previously. The fact that you can, when it's normal summoned, you can search. So you go normal this, normal the other one. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. It'll be here. Normal that, then search, then overlay. You can go to a level 4 Xyz, and you know, it's just all these pluses. It's just so good. And if you really want, you can just go normal summon, search, bounce. So you've got 3 new cards in your hand there for next turn. So the card is really good. I really like it. Spirits are definitely going to at least be seen a little bit, as in people will look at it. Possibly not topping. Like, I'm not saying they're going to top, but I do think it's a very interesting card for the archetype. And it's definitely got me excited because I think it's really fun, and in testing it's been very, very fun as well. Number 2, this is arguably one of the most hyped cards in the set. This is arguably going to be the most expensive at pre-release, definitely at pre-release, and if it's probably going to be the most expensive throughout the set, unless it gets a reprint, which it won't, but for a while anyway. But Konami have done stranger things. I think that this is definitely number 2 in my list, but it's only number 2 for a fair few reasons. So that card is Evilsworn Exeon Knight. This card is, I'm pretty sure you know what it is, if I'm bluntly honest. It's level 4 Light Fiend XYZ that requires 2 level 4s, so it's a generic. It has a quick effect, and its effect is once per chain. During your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, if your opponent has more total cards in their hand and on their side of the field than you do, you can detach 1 material from this card, destroy all other cards on the field. Your opponent also takes no further damage this turn. This is a quick effect. So this is basically, people have been saying Black Rose in an XYZ form. While that is true, this effect is slightly harder to get off, depending on the decks that you go against. I think this is a very situational card, because there are quite a lot of different decks out there. You know, Heretics don't really do much advantage, as in hand presence at least. It normally dumps it quite quickly. Decks that this will be useful against is kind of anti-meta decks, you know, the ones that hold on to try and keep as many cards on the field. So you're going to be looking at, and I'm not saying these decks are anti-meta before you say anything. This is a new sentence. I'm saying cards like, or decks, sorry, like Fire Fists. This would be very good against Fire Fists. You could look at Prophecy. This might be a good one against Prophecy, you never know. And kind of different things like that. It's a good card. It's a very, very, very good card. And it's a worthy secret, and it's not going to be worthy of its price tag in the first month, I'd say. But it is definitely a good card, and it's definitely one that I would like to get hold of, to have at least 1 copy of. Whether or not, if I do get a copy, will I keep it or not, I don't know, because I'm not stupid enough to turn down 50 plus quid for a card. So I might have it. If I do get it, you'll see it if I pull it. Other than that, it might be a while till I get it. It just depends. But yeah, that's number 2. There's a decent reason why it's number 2, because not number 1, because it's not one of the ones I've been really looking forward to. It's not the top one. It's definitely a good card, but I think it can be considered a staple in every deck that can go into level 4s, but I just don't think it's as amazing as it is. And I'm not discrediting the credentials of the card. The card is amazing, but I don't think it is as amazing as people are saying. I watched a very interesting video by Silent Sigma, who kind of spoke about everything that I felt about the card. So I'll put the link down in the description below, and you can check out that if you want. So the final card at number 1 slot, what could it be? I've gone for, you know, kind of 3 maybe cards that you wouldn't have expected. Number 2 with Evilsworn, you know, I'm pretty sure everyone would have expected that to be in the list. But I'm going to have to disappoint those people who think I am, you know, hipster and going against the trends. This is going to be a card that everyone wants, and it's going to be no surprise, really. So this card is number 101, Silent Honor Arc. Now, this is another one that has been hyped to shit, basically. I saw a pre-release sale go on it for £60 on the ulti. Jesus, I can't believe that. The card isn't worth that much. Like, no card is really worth that much, come on. Anyway, that's another discussion for another day. So the card is a level 4 Xe that requires 2 level 4 monsters, so it's a generic. It's a water, aqua, has 2,100 attack and 1,000 defense. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what this card does, but I'm going to go through it anyway. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls in face-up attack position. Attach it to this card as a face-up XYZ material. You can only use the effect of number 101 Silent Honor Arc once per turn. If this card would be destroyed, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card instead. You detach 2, steal your opponent's monster, and if it would be destroyed, you can detach that to keep it alive. This card is really, really good. The stats are not bad. 2,100 is pretty good. The defense is a bit lackluster, but it's not there to have good defense. It could be at 0, and I'm pretty sure no one would care. The card is so good. The fact that it can take your opponent's special summon monster, it does target, which is a shame, but you know, it's just such a good card, and this is one card that I'm really after. I really like this card, but I will refuse to pay pre-release prices for it. To be honest, I don't think I'll pay for it at all. I'm going to be trading like mad to try and get this, and hopefully I'll get this in my box. It'd be very nice to get it. But the reason I really want this card is because it gives level 4s and you know, decks another massive boost in their arsenal, in their toolbox that they can go into. And the fact that, you know, the card just takes a special summon monster straight away, that's it, done. And the fact that you can interact with that material as well is really good. So even if your opponent tries to kill it by transfer tribute or something like that, you know, you can still detach a material to keep it alive. Yes, of course, you can't take your opponent's monster then, because it only has 1 material, but it can still stay alive. So the card is really versatile, it's very powerful, it's quite balanced, I'd say, in a sense. It's a little bit overpowered, but I still think it's good for, you know, for our meta and for what the game is. I think it's okay. That card is my number 1 card that I'm looking forward to getting, and I'll definitely be getting it because I have so many decks that will go in. You know, my Hundas, my Fairy Spirits, you know, just so many decks that just possibilities are endless. Like my Heraldics that I'm going to be doing soon. It's just so good. I want to know what you guys think, how you like the list or not. If you didn't like the list, please don't dislike or you know, fire abuse at me. That's just my personal opinion. Everyone's different. Let me know what yours is. I want to know what your list is. I do realise there was no Gravekeeper mentions in there. Don't care about Gravekeepers, never really have. The new Silverants or Sylviants, don't really care about them either. Don't think they're as good as people are making them out to be, if people still are trying to make them out to be good. But that's kind of it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Do let me know down in the comment section below what your 5 most kind of looking forward to and anxious cards you want to get. So do let me know down in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I shall catch you later. Cheers.